What's up, NFL fans? We're back at it with another video. Today's film review is going to be about the Denver Broncos defense really slowing down Aaron Rodgers and the Jets offense. But before we get to the video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It'll mean a lot to me. And let's have some fun and review some defense. Let's get to it. All right, we got a very first play in this game. I'm just going to play the play and then we'll dissect it. Draws back, ends up with a big sack. I think that's Stranad. I'm not 100% sure on his name. But here we have my man PS2. He is lined up in the slot. Currently he's lined up against Garrett Wilson. He's showing man coverage at the very moment, and as you can see also, to show that it's kind of like man, this safety, he's gonna man align with this receiver right here, and with him rotating that way, it's really gonna show Aaron Rodgers that it's man coverage. As we'll play it just a little bit. See, you see PS2 running with Garrett Wilson, making it look like it's man coverage. And then PS2 stops and he communicates with this other cornerback. He's telling him that he has to guard Garrett Wilson now. So once Garrett Wilson motions over to about this area, this cornerback is going to... that's his responsibility now. So that's why you see PS2's arms or his hand right here communicating that he has to have Garrett Wilson. We're gonna snap it. So now essentially PS2 is playing a safety role, and I don't know who he's really assigned to. I think he's just playing robber, which is weird for a cornerback. Normally you see a safety doing this. But this is how good PS2 is, Patrick Surtain. He's had the ball. It come with two delay blitzers, which is the two middle linebackers, or the two linebackers, however you want to say it. They come in with the delay blitz. Everybody's engaged here. All five of these men are engaged, which means both these guys come in free from the B gap. It's a beautiful design blitz from Vance Joseph. I like it a lot. Nobody's open in the back end. I mean, he could have the receiver down here at the bottom, but he's not looking at the bottom. He's looking to the top of the screen. Senses the pressure, doesn't throw it. He doesn't throw it because this route is actually he ends up going like this, out, and then up. So that's why he didn't end up throwing this ball. Otherwise, I think he would have, but since it's a out and up, he ends up getting sacked. Beautiful design play. Beautiful. Here it's about the second drive. Down here in the red zone. Or they're down, you know what I mean. They're not in the red zone, but they're backed up at their own 1 yard line is what I'm trying to say. Now here we're going to see, I think his name is McMillan, the Broncos slot corner right here. He did a really good job last year. And then towards like the ending of like the last two games, he kind of struggled. Last 3 games he struggled, but this year he's really coming along for the Denver Broncos. So you're gonna notice him down right there in the slot where I marked him is man coverage. First of all, let's just talk about personnel. We have a nose tackle standing up. Normally he's right here with the big boys, but he is standing up. So more than likely, he's going to come in with the blitz because he is a big guy. But this just gives him a kind of an advantage. He gets a moving advantage, so you might see a stunt move from him. Now, obviously, we just played the play, but they could also play a stunt move. He could come in this way, and this guy would have to crash outside, and this guy would have to come in hot just so that this B gap. Actually, I might have worded that wrong. Anyway, you might see some sort of stunt move from him instead of him rushing straight to the A or B gap. He'll rush to the other side. Hopefully that made sense. I apologize for that. Like I knew what I wanted to say, but it didn't come out clear. But anyway, we're gonna notice McMillan here at the bottom. As you can see, there was a stunt move here at the top. Just as I said, I mean, we saw the play, but because he was standing up, he did end up kind of crashing down a little bit, and then he comes back around for the stunt move. Now we will play it slowly. So there's a stunt move, confused offensive line, but notice I think his name is McMillan here. Does a heck of a job just pressing the guy and making sure that the receiver doesn't catch the ball. You notice beautiful coverage, a little bit of a bad pass too. Aaron Rodgers probably has to lead this more towards the inside. He tried to lead him. Beautiful deflection, incomplete pass. Heck of a job though. And again, I'm always a fan of teammates supporting you and the plays you do. Notice. I think my computer froze. Notice how everybody celebrates. I like that a lot. Heck of a job. Heck of a job. Next play. I don't know why this one looks a little fuzzy. I apologize for this. And they did a heck of a job stopping Breece Hall this game. This one is not going to be too much in depth because I don't like how blurry it is. I don't know why it's so blurry. But here you can see all the linebackers are crashing down. They're playing down. This cornerback right here plays an extremely important role as well. I'll just highlight him real quick. Or I'll just circle him. My bad. He plays an important part in stopping this run because he has to contain the outside and shut him down right here just so that he doesn't have time to bounce it on the outside. I mean, that's a little bit of bad drawing, but you get the concept. He has the outside containment is what I'm trying to say. So he plays an important role, maybe even more important than the linebackers, in my opinion. That's what's beautiful about football. You notice how he's containing the outside now? I mean, he could try to bounce it to the outside, but I don't think he's going to gain much yards anyway because that corner does have outside containment. And everybody else just wins their blocks. I mean, they win their battles. They shed their blocks. Look how many white jerseys are around Breece Hall right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5 guys. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an ugly 5, but 5 white jerseys around Breece Hall. That's how they were able to shut down Breece Hall to pretty much 0 yards, it feels like. All right, this video is a lot better. I apologize for the other video. I don't know what happened. Oh, look, it's the same one. All right. All right, so this is a lot better. I don't know what happened to the other one, but as I said, as you guys can see, number 21, that's Riley Moss. He's playing really good for the Denver Broncos. His job is really important. He's going to contain the outside, making sure Breece Hall really doesn't bounce this and goes upfield. And then pretty much everybody else, they're playing downhill. And they just win their blocks. This guy too, he should contain a little bit just in case he does any cutbacks. That's what he should do. I don't know what he did here. I was noticing the cornerback more. We'll play it. Yeah, see how he kind of, well, he kind of crashes down, but he still contains a little bit. But notice Riley Moss down here at the bottom does a beautiful job of containing, making sure Brees Hall cuts it upfield, and everybody else wins their battles. And like I said, there's 5 guys around him. So we'll go to the next play, and another passing play. Snaps the ball, is looking around, sees nobody open. Scrambling. Beautiful defense. Nice deflection too right there from Riley Moss. Alright, so here we're going to get a little bit more in depth this play. Here you see how far off PS2 is to this guy. I'm pretty sure that's Patrick Surtain. You notice how far he's sagging off, okay? And then you also notice little details. His back or his booty, his butt, I should say, is facing the sideline here. So his back is facing the sideline, and also he's inside of this receiver, which indicates either cover 6 match or cover 4 palms, okay? So it's zone for sure. And we're going to play just a little bit. It's one of the two. It's cover 6 or cover 4 palms, okay? Usually you run that against trips or three receivers to a side. As you can see here, you got 1, 2, 3. That's usually when you run it, and then you got the tight end as the Y, or the tight end as a flex. So we're gonna play it. So it's for sure zone because how the corner is lined up on top. We're gonna snap. Oh, I forgot to mention this before we snap it. If it is palms or cover 6, this cornerback is mostly reading this receiver, okay? That's mostly what he's reading. It sounds weird because he's kind of lined up against this guy, but he has to read him first along with this safety because, let me show you in a different color. Actually, same color. If this receiver runs like a 5-yard out route, he has to backpedal a little bit and then kind of stay there because then his assignment will be to cover the flat, right? But at the same time, he can't pursue the flat route too good because if he does like a curl route, he has to play that angle too. But if he just runs a go out, then this safety would have him manned up. That's if that happens. So that's what pretty much palms is. And if he just runs like a slant route or a deep crossing route, then he just pretty much matches whatever he does, and it's pretty much man coverage at that point. But it is zone coverage. So we'll play it slowly now. We're reading that second receiver. Notice how he cuts to the inside. So the man up top, the corner on top, he's now manned up with the receiver on top. You notice him following him now, but everybody else is in zone. So this is what you call a match coverage, but it is zone. Excuse me, and nobody gets open. He's scrambling. Gets hit. Beautiful deflection here. And then it's all starts up front also though, because if you can have beautiful coverage as the Broncos have here, but if nobody wins their battles up front, then Rodgers could have slinged this to I think that's Garrett Wilson. Imagine if this is a clean pocket, then that's an easy completion. But since he's getting collapsed, he decides not to throw it. He doesn't want a fumble sack or strip sack. He almost gets sacked there. Beautiful defense there. But that's what match coverage is, okay? Little details like that. Noticing the cornerback is sitting a little 1 yard inside, about that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 yards, 9 by 1, 9-1. That's an ugly. So he's 9 yards back, 1 yard inside. Yeah, that usually indicates zone, some sort of zone or match coverage. Now here, I think this is where the Broncos won the game. As why am I freezing up right now? Thank you. Broncos had a crucial red zone stop here. Heck of a job for number 55 to actually pursue that. Look at it from the end zone view. Notice number 55, how he shoots the gap. This is what I wanted Roquan Smith to do week 1 against the Chiefs, but he didn't do it. This is what I'm talking about, physical football. He doesn't wait for the contact to get to him. He sees that gap, and he shoots it immediately, which makes Breece Hall cut the other way. And number 57, everybody's just there waiting for him. Oops. Excuse me. So here, I like this view more than the other one, so we'll go over it right here. You see that A gap open up? If you don't know what the A gap is, I'll just draw it up. These two lanes right here, that's the A gap. A gap. That's the A gap, okay? And then the B gap is here. And then the C gap is here on the outsides. And then we're gonna read number 55. Sees that A gap open up. He shoots it. He could have easily just waited here and wait for Breece Hall to contact him, but instead he closes that hole. And number 57 is kind of playing it slowly. Notice how he doesn't really move forward. He's kind of playing it slow. And then finally he sees that C gap open up and he hits the hole. This is a heck of a job red zone defense right here. Now this is the same red zone. They try to do a play action. Nobody's open. He's up throwing the ball away. They end up kicking a field goal. If they would have scored 6, that would have been ball game. Notice they do play action, hard play action. And I don't know who this number 98 guy is. Completely wins his battle. If it wasn't for him, it's probably a touchdown to the tight end. He completely wins his battle right here. Sheds that block. Is immediately in Aaron Rodgers' grill. If he didn't win his battle, he could probably throw it to the tight end. He can probably just kind of just chuck it up somewhere right here and the tight end meets it. But because he has someone in his grill, it's a lot harder to pass. Makes him scramble. Heck of a job from the Broncos red zone. Heck of a job. This right here is also beautiful. I like how they communicated. That's just an instant sack. Holy crap. All right, so here, same thing. A lot of communicating. Let's do blue. I like blue. Notice how he's kind of shadowing number 10. But as the play goes on, you're gonna see him communicate to Riley Moss down here at the bottom. You see how he acknowledges him, hears him out. Pretty much They know what to do. They communicate. He gets Alan Lazard. He'll motion, not motion. He'll cover the inside guy. Little bit of a banjo defense. So you notice how Riley Moss got number 10 now. And if they, what happens here is banjo defense is yes. He's manned up on him. And he's manned up on him. But if for some odd reason this receiver goes like this, and this guy goes inside for a nice little crossing route, they will switch. This, let me go to ping now, so it's a lot better. So if he cuts inside, his man would be this guy now, and his man would be the inside guy because he would go on the outside. We're going to play a little bit. Ends up being zone coverage instead, but that's usually what happens on man coverage. Everybody wins their block. Everybody wins their sheds up front. Everybody gets sheds, I mean. Number 15 just has a quick burst down here against the left tackle. Ends up being a big sack. See if you notice, it's zone coverage with a little bit of man disguise also. If you see the top cornerback, this is why the Broncos defense has been doing really good this year. They're just really confusing the quarterbacks. He's gonna run a drag route or a shallow, I believe that's what it's called also. I like to just call it a drag route. He's manned up. They try to run a pick play also, which actually works, but since the pressure got there so fast, it was a sack. Now, I don't know what 40's doing really here, but either way, it works out for the Denver Broncos. Like, everybody's covered. If he had time, he could hit Garrett Wilson here. But once again, the Broncos front is just killing the Jets O-line. So we'll play it back full speed, just to show how fast the pressure got there. Notice everybody at the line of scrimmage also was confused the offensive line. And man, I didn't even talk about this either. Notice the front. Okay. It's like a double A-gap blitz. I want you to notice this linebacker right here. Oops. If I can notice his linebacker, okay? What he does is, I'll just kind of tell you guys, he draws back acting like he's going to go in a zone. But then he changes it and does like a stunt move around and comes with the blitz. Like, what the heck? That is crazy. Vance Joseph is really dialed in. Notice that linebacker. So he draws back. Just a half step. Offensive line thinks he's not going to come in. And he comes in. Gets half a sack right there. Well, he kind of missed him, but that is crazy. That is awesome. All right, we got a few more plays. Garrett Wilson coming in motion. Snaps the ball. Nobody's open. Scrambling. Sack. Another sack, baby. That's what I like to see. Notice everybody on defense, again, communicating. 55 is communicating. 29 turns around to the safety. Safety, I don't know what he's saying, but he's saying something for sure. Yeah, see, the safety on top is still communicating. They snap the ball. Everybody's on the same page because everybody's communicating. I mean, nobody's open here. Like, who are you going to throw the ball to? The guy in the post, Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard right here is covered technically by 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. So you for sure can't force the ball in there. Now we'll play just a little bit. Just a little bit. This guy is blanketed too. And then down here at the bottom, well, as you can see, Aaron Rodgers is completely just says screw the left side. He says screw the left side. I'm looking to the right. That's how good of a defense the Broncos did this game. Well, that's how good the coverage was this play, actually. Sees nobody open, decides to scramble. But by the time he wants to scramble, I think number 99 is Allen. Sheds his block and ends up with the sack. Some more stump moves. Aaron Rodgers is being a good quarterback. Now, I'll tell you what the Broncos should have done here. Well, not the Broncos, just one player, okay? One player in particular. So we're going to play it. We're going to keep playing it. Notice PS2 here. He's signaling, so it's zone coverage. PS2 is signaling that there's a guy cutting inside. I don't think this guy hears him. I think he's just zoned out because he just sees what's happening in the backfield. He thinks it's going to be a sack. His vision is just on Aaron Rodgers. What he's supposed to do is just take a peek back and see what happens and see what's going on, I should say. But he doesn't do that. He's just staring down what's going on. But PS2 did try to alert him. If he takes a peek back, he can follow this in-route guy. I don't know who this guy is, but he's just running. He kind of ran like this and then an in-route. Well, he made an in-route after Aaron Rodgers scrambled, but just take a peek back. Whoever this linebacker is, just take a peek back. Quick little gander. But he doesn't do that. Ends up actually trying to pursue Aaron Rodgers, and it's just a beautiful dime from Aaron Rodgers. But that's what the Broncos, or that's what 55 should have done. Just take a peek back real quick. Take a peek back. You see him scrambling. If you take a peek back right now, you can easily follow this receiver. And that probably would have been a sack or a throwaway. Instead, it ends up being a first down. One of the few mistakes. I believe this is the last play of the game already. Or the last play for the Broncos on defense. And I love this. I love this. I hate prevent defense. Look at everybody on the sideline. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so me, I hate prevent defense. I hate when defensive coordinators start sagging their players off and, oh, we're trying to prevent them from getting big yards. No, heck no. Go after the quarterback, man. Everybody here at the line of scrimmage. 4 guys back. Everybody's at the line. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in the back end. Everybody else is coming in hot. You got to throw this ball quick. It's about 4th and 10. Everybody's kind of pressed up. Man, they just overload one side. Like, I love it. We're going to pause it right there. Notice his linebacker dropping back. Just in case they do some sort of maybe slant route or whatever. He drops back, making sure that there's no underneath checkdowns there. But they just overload one side. He got 4 guys to their 3. And this running back, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's lined up on the right side. So I don't know where they call their mic at. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what Brees Hall did there, but either way, we brought the blitz. I say we because I'm a Broncos fan. The Broncos brought the blitz and ended up sacking Aaron Rodgers. What a beautiful play. And alongside, This linebacker ended up dropping back because Vance Joseph actually was making this cornerback blitz from deep. So that's why that linebacker dropped back. Like, seeing defense is beautiful. I know everybody likes offense, but me personally, I like defense more. And man, that's just beautiful. Like, nobody's open, and you overload one side. I mean, that's what happens when you dial up a beautiful blitz, and everybody's at the line of scrimmage. You don't know who's coming in, who's not. You call out the wrong mic, and it's game over. Man, that's beautiful defense. And I love the sideline too. Back-to-back wins for the Denver Broncos. I love it. So there you have it. The Denver Broncos defense is on fire, dialing up some beautiful blitzes along with their coverage. They're mixing it up with zone, match zone. It could be zone, man and zone on the same play. Just heck of a job for the Broncos defense. So if you like this video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Always remember to be kind to one another. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out.